A man walks 6 kilometers southwest and then 4 kilometers west. How far and in what direction is he from his starting point? Give your answer to through this map, please. Click solution. For us to easily answer this question, we are going to start by representing the man's movement on a diagram. We have been told that the man walks 6 kilometers southwest. Let's draw this our cardinal pointer. This is the north. We call this point O, where the man starts. This is the south. This is the west, and this is the east. He moves 6 kilometers southwest. Let's represent the 6 kilometers southwest. These two lines are perpendicular. That means this angle is 90 degrees. So if this angle is divided into 2 equal halves, this one will be 45 degrees. After moving 6 kilometers southwest, then the man walks 4 kilometers to the west. This is our cardinal pointer. This is the north. The man moves 4 kilometers to the west. So that's the representation. We call this other point E. These lines, they are perpendicular. That means this angle is 90 degrees. This angle is 45 degrees. It simply means this other angle here must be 45 degrees, since they are alternate angles. Call this point B. Now the question is asking us to find how far the man is from the starting point. That means the distance from the point B to the point O. Connect these 2 points. If we find the distance OB, then we have succeeded in getting the distance the man is from his starting point, which is O. You know, this is 4 kilometers. This is 6 kilometers. Getting the man's direction, we need this angle. We are going to call this angle theta. Now, by making use of the cosine rule, let's take down this hyphen. By using the cosine rule, we can find the distance OB. That is, making use of the cosine rule, you see that this angle here is 90 degrees plus 45 degrees. We are going to take OB, all the squared, to be equal to, we know these two sides, we take OA squared plus AB squared minus 2 times OA times OB times the cosine of the angle which is opposite the side OB. That means this angle, which is the angle at O A cap B, this angle. Now inserting the values, this will simply be equal to OE is 6 kilometers, square this plus AB, which is 4 kilometers, we square this, minus 2 times 6 kilometers times 4 kilometers times the cosine of the angle 135 degrees. Since 90 degrees plus 45 degrees gives us 135 degrees. This will simply be equal to 6 kilometers squared gives us 36 kilometers squared plus 4 kilometers squared gives us 16 kilometers squared minus, we take negative 2 times 6 kilometers gives us negative 12 kilometers. Negative 12 kilometers times 4 kilometers gives us negative 48 kilometers squared. Negative 48 kilometers squared times the cos of 185 degrees, it gives us plus 33.94 kilometers squared. Since the cosine of 135 degrees is negative, it becomes plus. Since we are multiplying two negative numbers, this will simply be equal to adding 36 kilometers squared plus 16 kilometers squared plus 33.94 kilometers squared. This gives us 85.94 kilometers squared. We are looking for OB and not OB squared. We are going to take square root on both sides. The square root of OB squared will be equal to the square root of 85.94 kilometers squared. Then OB will simply be equal to, we are going to take the positive square root. So two decimal places, this will give us 9.27 kilometers. Since the square root of kilometers squared gives kilometers, then we write this down. The man is 9.27 kilometers from his starting point. The starting point, which is O. That means from here to here it is 9.27 kilometers. Next part of the question, we have to find the direction of the man from his starting point. To get the direction of the man from his starting point, we need this angle theta. To get the direction, we are simply going to take 45 degrees plus theta. Now, for us to find the angle theta by making use of, by using the sine rule, we can easily find the angle theta. Now let's make use of the sine rule. That is, we need this angle theta. You see that we know this side. This other angle, we know it. Then we know this side, which is 9.27 kilometers. Making use of the sine rule, this will give us AB over sine theta which is equal to OB all over the sine of this angle, the sine of 135 degrees. In setting their values, we know AB is equal to, we have 4 kilometers all over the sine of the angle theta. We don't know the angle theta is equal to OB, which is 9.27 kilometers. We have to divide this by the sine of 135 degrees. Next step, we are going to perform cross multiplication. Then sine theta times 9.27 kilometers. This will give us sine theta times 9.27 kilometers is equal to, we take 4 kilometers times the sine of 135 degrees. 4 kilometers times the sine of 135 degrees. Next, we are going to divide both sides by 9.27 kilometers. Then the sine of theta times 9.27 kilometers, we divide by 9.27 kilometers, will be equal to 4 kilometers times sine 135 degrees, we divide by 9.27 kilometers. At the left hand side, 9.27 kilometers will strike off 9.27 kilometers. This will give us the sine of the angle theta to be equal to, at the right hand side, you see that these kilometers will strike off kilometers. 4 times sine 135 degrees, divide by 9.27. This will give us 0.3051 to 4 decimal places. Then the angle theta will simply be equal to, we take sine inverse on the left hand and the right hand side. This will be the sine inverse of 0.3051. Then the angle theta will simply be equal to this, the sine inverse of this value to 2 decimal places gives us 17.76 degrees. Now let's write down the direction of the man. The direction of the man is simply equal to, we take theta plus 45 degrees. So this will give us theta plus 45 degrees, which is simply equal to 17.76 degrees plus 45 degrees. This will simply be equal to 62.76 degrees. Then we conclude it. Therefore, the man is 9.27 kilometers from his start point with a direction of, you see that this angle lies on the southwest. We are going to give this as south 62.76 degrees west. This is the direction of the man. So we underline the distance and the direction of the man. We are done with the solution of this question. If in case you have any doubts, feel free to drop your questions at the comment section. Please like the video, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for watching.